What's a feminist?
Feminist.
What's a feminist?
2, 3.
Do you know what a feminist is, or what do you think a feminist is? Have you heard of that term?
I've seen it on Stella's shirt a lot.
To go to protest, to fight for women's rights. Whoever doesn't believe in it, you talk to them about why it's right to be, that it's right to have equal pay for women and equality to women.
I feel like it's really all about like equal rights between both genders. Like, 'cause some people like will believe in it, but they won't like really be willing to fight for it. So I think what the part that makes you a feminist is that you're willing to fight for it.
Kind of makes me part of history.
What being a feminist means to me is being protective and an advocate of women's rights and equal rights. And it goes for all human beings. If we don't have equal rights or basic human rights for everybody, we can never advance as a society.
So it's like someone that believes in women's rights.
Right. And there was a time in this country, you probably can't even understand it, but where women didn't have equal rights, the same rights that men did.
You might have to teach me how to play. Okay. All right, go.
3,
5.
How do you see yourself, and what will you be doing when you're 25? Well, I would be driving.
I think I'll still be going to women's rights marches and things like that.
Okay, so I'm thinking of a job.
You don't have to have a job. You could live off me.
I see myself being a social media influencer when I'm 25.
Yeah.
And
What kind of
famous.
But what kind of job?
I do social media.
No, I mean, are you gonna be an actor or a performer? Because I know you really like music and singing.
I do. I retired from singing.
Maybe I would want to become a singer or a vet.
I'm gonna get a master's degree in programming.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily be drinking drugs or anything. I would kind of be living more independently.
I want to be a doctor to help people because I don't want people dying and suffering.
Studying to become a scientist. And making songs with my friends because I like doing that.
Loyal.
A lawyer? like your mom and dad?
I would be a soccer player.
And you want to be a soccer player?
Name one woman you admire. Tell us the reason.
What's admire me?
称賛する 称える in
Maybe
Japanese.
Maybe Michelle Obama.
Jessie Graff. She was the first woman to ever conquer stage 1 on American Ninja Warrior.
Probably the most would be Michelle Obama. I don't know. She's cool.
That's a good one.
I'd say Margaret Thatcher.
Okay.
The reason because when I was a kid, I thought I didn't know that you could have a woman president or a prime minister.
Tell me.
Venus and Serena Williams.
Ah, the sisters.
And Michelle Obama, but right now I'm gonna go with Venus and Serena. Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, how come?
Because, well, Hillary Clinton is, even though Donald Trump won for president, she still is a feminist no matter what happens with Donald Trump. I would probably ask her if she could bake cookies and ask her if she had a dog.
Michelle Obama, because I was telling you to do that, but I want to meet her because she's just like so inspiring. Like she was like a really good first lady. Clara Barton, because she was like one of the most important women that in the Civil War.
Beyonce because she's very inspiring in music, but also in feminism.
Maybe Harriet Tubman, because she was like one of the only conductors that took woman and baby on the Underground Railroad. I would admire Alex Morgan because
Alex Morgan.
I want to be a soccer player when I grow up. I would admire Michelle Obama because she is standing up for what she believes.
Probably Hillary Clinton. I would say like you're amazing. Better luck next time because there should be a next time.
Simone Biles, because I've always wanted to be so good at gymnastics, and she's super good, and she's had a hard life.
One woman I admire, if you would call her a woman, is Malala because she stood up for what she believed in even though nobody joins her.
Michelle Obama. Because she fights for women's rights all the time, and she inspires me she inspires me to go out of the boundaries. You can be anything you want.
Juliette Lowe. I want to meet her because she had a lot of problems growing up and she struggled through them and started something even bigger that's worldwide now. And there's over 100 million Girl Scouts. In each continent, there's at least so many Girl Scouts that try to change the world, and I'm one of them.
All right, I'm gonna go. Two. I'm on the octopus.
Women's rights are human rights. You are going on a protest march. It is time to prepare the manifesto banner, exchange opinions, and tell us your slogan.
I would say like we want equal rights and we want them now.
Women and men are equal with the equal sign.
I actually thought of one about math.
Okay.
Women equals men, and men equals women, so it's like equality between them.
There's a lot of women inventors in the past, and they have changed a lot of stuff.
But that's a really long sign.
I think the best slogan I saw was sheep assisted, because that was a lady called Elizabeth Warren who was talking in the Senate, and she was pretty much told to shut up.
Do you want to go show your banner that you've made?
Should I? It's girl power. And then the other side just says girls rise up.
We're going to the Women's March, and we're making a sign. What should our sign say?
I know.
You guys made signs.
Girls matter too.
Girls matter too.
March like a woman. Too. March like a woman.
March like a woman.
Go forward, be brave. Women, go forward, be brave. That would be mine.
History has its eyes on you.
That's a good one.
Yes, the one that I said like 2 months ago.
What was that?
Remember? It was like equal pay will make our day.
Just
be you, just do.
Be you, just do.
Bridges, no walls, or something like that.
Bridges, no walls.
Like, can you stop us? No, you can't. Or something like that. And then on the other side, I would write like something silly like, I came for the cake or something like that.
Oh, I get the ladder. What lessons have you learned by bringing a daughter into the world?
I know one, that you have to care for them no matter what.
That's very true.
Having a daughter, having 2 daughters, has made me think about the world from a girl's perspective.
I guess the lesson was I like having a daughter.
Good.
Even though I thought she was going to be a boy.
It's true.
Bringing any kid into the world, you learn that there are things more important than yourself, which is a hard lesson to learn.
You stop being you, and you start being 1 or 2 or 3 people at the same time, because part of you needs to become what you want your daughter to be.
I had never thought about the hate speech, like, you You're saying there are certain words that
Yeah.
there seem to be a whole lot of words for women, but there aren't the equivalent words to describe the same behavior in men.
Sometimes it's something I hadn't thought about, and sometimes it's something that I had thought about, but the fact that you're thinking about it and you feel strongly about it makes me think about it in a different kind of way.
The biggest lessons that I've learned are just how few women there are in similar positions that there are men. Like, for example, the fact, Bia's had this list of name all the things that a woman's never done. And, women's never been on the moon, a woman's never been president of the United States. The list goes on, and I'm not sure that's something that I would have been as aware of if I hadn't had a daughter.
Patience. Bringing your daughter into the world makes you wonder, either can you change the world, or can you strengthen and prepare your daughter to be strong enough for the challenges that are there for that world?
The biggest lesson for me is, I think, how much I want for you, and how much still of a challenge, unfortunately, there is. Equality. All right, you go. You're like, shut up, Dad. Keep going.
Today you are in Congress, and a new law for recognition of women's rights is being proposed. Exchange ideas and tell us briefly what the new article is.
That if someone abused or was being not fair to women, they would get a bigger consequence than they do now.
Mm-hmm. What if there's a job that a man does, and a man gets paid $100 for it, and a woman gets paid $75 for it? It's the same job. Woman has the exact same education,
There's
has
a
same
chance
skills.
she can be doing it better, but she gets paid less.
Right. Is that fair?
No, not at all.
You would be pretty mad if your brothers were doing the same chores and they were making $1 and you were making 75 cents. So that's basically what's happening in the country right now. I'd be mad.
What do you think about a new law to say, if you employ a woman and a man to do the same job, they should be paid the same amount? What do you think? Yeah? That's pretty good, right? That's a pretty simple law.
The women's rights to say what happens to their own bodies.
Oh,
right?
yeah, they shouldn't be sexually harassed.
I feel like women should be respected as much as men.
Yeah, and how would you make that a law? I don't know, but
Bow down to women when you see them.
that's it right there.
Yeah.
When you see a woman on the street, you bow.
Yeah, he bowed down.
They're trying to take away the right for women to choose if they could have an abortion or not.
Yeah, that's messed up, dude.
Do you know what an abortion is?
No.
Okay, so an abortion is when someone gets pregnant, but they didn't want to get pregnant. Say it's an accident, and then they get rid of the pregnancy so that they don't have the baby.
So somebody's trying to make sure they get the baby?
Yes, even though they don't want to have a baby at that time. So there's basically a bunch of men in a room trying to tell women that if you get pregnant, you have to have that baby.
That's messed up.
Wait, we gotta move first.
I'm not getting any letter. Boys will be boys. What do you think this phrase suggests? To be yourself always? Maybe?
It's like maybe some boys want to be girls, but you have to be what you are and who you are.
Boys will be boys. Have you ever heard someone say that?
No, but I think it means like, you can't change, like, Daddy, I can't change you because, like, I can't make you me. I can't make you Mommy. I can't make you Maya. Because you are a boy. You're a dad.
Okay.
And one day you're actually going to be a grandpa. One day you're going to be an uncle. Like, no matter what, you're gonna be a boy or a man.
Like, they just don't really care. Like, they just think that, like, boys are naughty and, not behaved. And, I mean, some boys are like that, but others could be, like, polite and nice.
Generally, it's an excuse for bad behavior. So it's a way of saying when boys do something that is inappropriate, I think it's a way of adults covering it over and saying, oh, well, that's just how boys are.
Yeah.
I think it means boys will be boys. It almost gives them like a pass for being naughty.
One.
Not helping.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting small numbers, aren't we?
Behind every great man, there's always a great woman. What is your opinion on this phrase?
There are great men, but there's like also women that are just as good, but they don't get like the same. They don't seem as good because they're women. Even if there's a great man, there's always going to be another great woman who's just as great as that man.
I think that could be totally reversed. And behind every great woman, there's a great man.
Yeah.
Well, I get it kind of, but I kind of don't get it.
Yeah, I think what you're
like,
saying.
I think that they mean like they're equal, like they can be together equal.
In history, all the opportunities have been for men. So often a lot of those men had women that were helping them, but the spotlight wasn't on them. They didn't get all the glory, the man got the glory.
I think that might be kind of like a stereotype because, I mean, it's saying that men can't be behind women, kind of.
Do you think that's true? Do you think women help men to be greater than they are without women? I do. I would be useless without your mom.
But
6. Oh.
I don't think either of us gonna win because we only
4,
have one.
5, 6. No, I think I might win.
Ask your dad, what rights have women obtained in the last century?
Ooh, last century.
Dad, what rights have women obtained in the last century?
In the last century? Well, the right to vote.
I'm not old enough, but yeah.
To have a credit card. I don't know if you knew.
Really?
There was a point, I'd say within the, there was a point where women could not have a credit card.
When was that?
I'd say maybe it was the 60s or the 50s. They couldn't even have their own credit card.
Have more rights in terms of careers, going into careers and working and doing what they want to do.
Like the right to make a choice, not have the government to make a choice what to do in a situation like that. They want to keep a baby or not. That's one of the biggest things. And you're gonna hear this a lot.
Rights over children. So, for instance, if you had a child with a man, you wouldn't have any say over what happens to that child. So, like, you know how right now, me and your mom, we make decisions on your behalf, like together, and the law recognizes that we equally have rights. There was a point in time in which your mom say it wouldn't matter at all.
There's this concept of right for equal pay in the workplace, but I wouldn't say we're there yet. The right to join certain clubs that they didn't used to be able to, participate in certain activities.
I think women have gained more of an equal footing in our world now. So if you think of lawyers, if you think of doctors, if you think of architects, if you think of any of those professions now, you can see a woman there, and these are things that women didn't have access to for many years.
I don't know.
Oh.
I wasn't here for a century.
I wasn't here for a century either.
What's a century?
100 years.
Oh.
6.
Some still say a woman's place is in the kitchen.
I haven't
What?
heard that.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
You've heard that?
I've heard that, yeah.
I haven't heard it. in a long
There are
time.
many more male chiefs than women in
Chefs,
the world.
my love.
Chef. Well, it looks like it.
Mhm.
Well, chefs, but no, women are chefs.
Yes, but there are many more.
A lot.
Well, right now there are many more men chefs.
You know, your grandmother was a waitress in a pizza place,
Oh yeah.
and all the men worked in the kitchen, and all the women were waitresses.
That's messed up.
That is messed up.
The manager doesn't want like hair in the food.
Because people will say, independently of how they cook, they'll say, oh, a woman's not capable of organizing a whole kitchen. She's not.
Then how is a woman capable of feeding 20 kids?
Right.
It's become this gender thing where men cook and they're in charge of the kitchen and they're the boss, and women serve the food, which is ridiculous.
Because they're always cooking in like movies and stuff. And I always see
Stereotype.
in movies people are like, kids come home from school and their moms are always cooking dinner in the kitchen.
Because they think that they shouldn't go to work.
They think they shouldn't go to work. Why?
I don't know, because they're crazy.
Because they're crazy. Yeah, that's fair.
5. Wow, we're getting there.
What worries you about bringing up girls in a male chauvinist world?
I'm just
Chauvinist?
Chauvinist. Yeah.
Well, in a world where girls and women are undervalued and sometimes treated poorly.
At some point, someone is going to say something derogatory to you because you're a girl.
That worries me that you won't have equal opportunities as a man. So no matter how strong you are, you'll always be judged for being a woman.
I don't want the daughter to lose their confidence, to lose hope and say, okay, this is what we have. This is the way the world is, and we have to settle for this. There's no hope. That's what worries me the most.
I think that it doesn't worry me that much, because I think we're getting to times where females are understanding the power that they have. They're gonna show how much more talent they have. And I think that overcome every single limitation they have. So I think it doesn't worry that much. And I think the male chauvinist world is about to stop being chauvinist. I think we're trying to leave the last part of it. And that's why things are getting too rough right now, because we're trying to it's the last breathing of that era. It's your turn.
Oh.
In 2 turns of the hourglass, so we're going to turn it twice, list as many male and female stereotypes. So things that people kind of often incorrectly think about men or incorrectly think about women.
I'll give you an example. Woman cry. I'll give you an example as a stereotype. Man never cries. What else would you say?
Boys like sports.
Boys are immature.
Women are very sensitive. Woman read your mind.
No. Girls like cute things.
And only girls have long hairs.
You go, Liz.
Girls like makeup.
Boys are supposed to earn all the money for the family.
Girls are supposed to take care of the kids.
Girls can't fly. Like airplanes.
Oh.
Men can't control themselves. Do you think that's a stereotype that they say?
Or that men are more violent.
Men are more violent.
Women goody goodies. Some people think they're goody goodies. Like they can't do anything wrong. Like boys are boys.
Women like to talk about their feelings and men don't.
Boys think pink is a girl color.
That when boys act stupid and mean,
Time's
that
up.
it's very charming.
Time's up.
2 turns.
automatically
I
that
am
you're
a kid.
supposed to play, well, when you're really young, when you were supposed to play with dolls and the boys are supposed to play with
Trucks.
Girls only like fashion.
Handsome.
Handsome.
Yes. In movies, everybody, like men are supposed to be handsome, and women are supposed to be pretty.
male is always rough, tough.
Gymnastics is for girls. Ballet is for girls.
Boys are sporty, girls are princessy.
No combing out their hair. Don't
They like
take
to be
showers.
messy. They like to not take showers.
Girls are chatty.
Girls are weak.
Boys say girls only hug. Like, that's not really true.
Always moody.
Superhero, sharks.
Sharks.
Girls are supposed to be teachers. Boys are supposed to be firemen.
Girls don't know how to fight.
Boys like blue.
Boys are better than girls in sports.
Boys like fart jokes.
People think girls are softer and more like cats.
Men are more committed to work.
Women aren't good at math.
Girls are bad drivers.
Women are very pushy.
No. Only girls wear dresses.
Girls like cheesy pop and soft rock.
Sports are for boys. Swimming are for boys.
Girls can't throw.
Boys like heavy metal.
Women aren't good at science.
Girls like tea parties.
All boys are rude.
Boys are loud.
Men are smarter.
Women have better handwriting than men.
Girls like to dress fancy. Girls like flowers.
Princesses, flowers.
Yeah, like seriously, we talk about stereotypes in school.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3,
I think you did get it. I think you just won. You beat me.
3, 4, 5.
Whoa! I think you just won the game.
1, 2, 3, 4. You did it.
No.
I won. I got exactly. I won.
Exactly 5?
I got exactly 4. I went. Yeah.
Wow, is this rigged?
So she picked me at the post. How about that? Congratulations. Very good.
You're winning. You won. Good game.
Good game, love. It's a good game.
2
2.
win.
1, 2.
Woman 1.